Hey guys, it's Suzanne here. Well, I am back to show you what I've done a little bit more. I might zoom that out a little bit. Oops, sorry, move that over. It goes over. So this is where I'm up to on this. I just stitched around there, stitched there, did that. I don't think I put buttons on there, but I put buttons on here and I stitched around there. Did seed stitch, and I think it looks really good. Took a little bit of work, but it was worth it. It matches that really well. I added on I'm just leaving it zoomed out because I've got to show you the big piece. Finished doing that. I added these on there, and so this piece is done, and I also did extra stitches on here. So that piece is done, and I'll probably do the same thing on my other side. I think the only thing I've got left to do on here is add that piece, which is this piece here, and that's pretty much it for that. And then I'm going to put that down. I could probably seed stitch there like I've done here. I think that looks really good. At least it will combine it, and I might do it in that colour, as same colour as well. Quite happy with how that looks. I'm not going to do too much here because that's going to have that pleat. Same with here, so it's probably not a bad thing I haven't done too much, but that's looking really good. Really happy with that. So I was working on my back panel. I'm still working on it, and trying to figure out how to do this is very hard. With this one it was easier because I just created another piece and then I put that on there, but then on here it's little bits, you know what I mean? So I'm having to stitch it on and folding down edges, and it's proving to be quite oops, sorry guys, I accidentally turned it off, so I'm having to join this. I meant to zoom in and I pressed off. So yeah, and if you hear any noise too, my husband's finally working on the shed. Woohoo, it's gonna go up. So I'll probably make another piece, that one, and I use same jelly roll, but I used some of the lighter fabrics from it. Still using that cream because I wanted the cream to go on there. So this is how that's going to look. I've sort of just pinned it, and I thought I've got to wait until I get home because there was no real table at the where I was, and I have to, you know, do some hand stitching on it, and then having drawing and you know like measuring. So, and I'm quilting this at the moment, so I think this will look better once I've stitched it down, but I'm happy with how that's looking. So this I'll just do in the background. So yeah, getting there, and then I've still got that bit to go on here. That's going to cover that up, and I'll probably stitch that down. So I've got to, I'll line it up with the fronts. So that's those. So I'm pretty much, you know, working on that. So what I'm going to do today, I had 3 of those. Where's the other one? It's probably attached itself to this. No, on my luck. Yeah, here's all the fabrics all in a bundle. So I might move that over there. Here it is. I knew it was there somewhere. So that's more of the centerpieces. So I'll put that in that little bowl. So what I'm going to do is work on these. Okay, I might zoom out so you can see properly. Be careful. So I've got, they're the sleeves, and remember that'll be underneath so you don't see it as much. So most of the prominent stuff will probably be in the middle. It's already been pre-quilted. So I've got some bits and pieces here that I want to use, but I've also got, I remembered that I had this fabric that Corinne got me for Christmas. Where are we? And I've got other bits and pieces too, which I put aside specially for it. I'll make some of that. Just need to see if I can find it. Sorry guys. Here's some other bits and pieces that I was looking at. These bits. Oh, I had those little oval bits. And the things I was going to specifically put on here. I'm going to pause it again and look for the bits that I need. Maybe here, I might be lucky. Okay, oh here we go, don't have to pause. These are the bits and pieces. Okay, so I'll sit this down and we'll see what we can do. These are this is my stash of stuff. So I've got the reds and all that I'm using. I'm going to put a little bit of red in there. Still got some of that. Even got some of this left. Might be able to use that in there. So, okay. This is what I got left of the fabric. I think that might be from the collar part. Yeah, so I've still got even some of that left. Oh, seriously, I'm not winning. Okay, I'm just getting the scissors. Hold on. Cut that off. Okay. Now, leave that. Put these aside. Got some of that. Oh, here's another piece. But I thought I got two of these and I thought I was wanting to use. These are the outside of these. And I quite like this. I'll see how I go. Now, I'm sure I had two of these somewhere. The other one's probably floating around. But for now, we'll just work on the one. And I love this fabric. So I noticed that Rachel was using this piece in her drawstring bags that she's making. I just think it's beautiful. I think these might be left over. Oh, that works. Ooh, a couple of little patchwork pieces. I think I got from the retreat, so I put one of them each. So I might use up some of Rachel's stuff on there. That's maybe some writing. I think that might be nice. Not too green. It's got that. This is left over from the pack that I got in the retreat. That might work. Ooh, that might work. Very pretty floral. That may work. And that's the linen. I'll have a look at that. Okay, so eliminating, but I do really like I like this because it's in the blue and the red. Okay. So pretty. Yeah, put some Rachel's here. I've got some of that, so I've got enough of that in the both, but that's in linen. That doesn't matter. I could probably use a bit of that. Okay, now have a look. This may be too I don't know. Don't know. It is gorgeous. Is it the right colours? We'll see. I think I prefer to work with the cotton. Where's my other one of that? It's really annoying because I've got these, and I think on one of them I was going to use that, and in the other one I was going to use that. So they're similar, and then I wanted to put that because I've got two of these. So I'll start off with doing one. Make them similar but make them different. So these are the bits and pieces that I can use. So I've got one of those, got that. Oh, might even be able to use that. Okay. So I know that there is another one of these somewhere floating around, so I should be able, and there we go, we've got writing, so I could probably use writing on each. Is it underneath it all? Is it on the floor? I don't know. We'll take that away and I'll just work on one for now. Okay. We're pretty big in. That's okay. So, what are we going to do? Use this one. This is the one I got from Forage. Does it actually work? I unpicked it so it was thinner. I've got this. Where are we? These scissors. I'm going to cut them a little closer. Just so that I can, I was thinking of having that as the middle and then maybe putting a, well that's, won't be frayed, so that's all right. And just cutting this off. Yeah, having it in the middle. And then using some of these leftover pieces, whether they're the right colours or not, to go around the smaller ones. I don't think it works with that. So this is the same, quite bright. I wonder if these ones work a little better. No, got this fabric everywhere. Okay, well maybe not. Maybe these can be used on something else. That sort of works, and it does seem like a good opportunity. I'll have a look. I was thinking of putting that on the top. This is going to be gathered in, so that will be right on that, on the cuff in the middle. So where are we? Pins. See how we go with that. Then I'm going to pinch some of this. See, that works really well with this. And so does that. I quite like that, and I'm going to keep it intact because the colours are just great. Okay. I was wondering what I was going to use this for. Now I know. So it'll make sense in a minute. All my ripping and tearing, and I'm going to here because it looks like a postage stamp. I'm going to cut here. So here we go with that. Sorry, very quiet. Okay, rip. Oh, no, wrong way. And going down, see it tears great. So here we've got a bit of red and blue. Wonder if we can go a little bit off to the side. Doesn't need to go like that, and I quite like that. Okay. All the rest is a sort of got vintagey fabric and French fabric, whereas it on my arms I'll just do something a little different. Do we bring it down and bring that down maybe? There we go. Yep. Okay. Oh, like, ow. So we'll just pinch it in here, and it saves me the trouble when I do stitching. I'll stitch it down so that not stitch around the little postcard and stitch around here. And do I have it so it's going around that? We'll have that on top. And my fabric little stash ended up in the bin. I need to clean up this room is what I need to do. Now, do I need to have it on top? I don't know. Does it look like it's the top? I wonder if I go near it with this so it doesn't fray on me and maybe look a little nicer. Yep. Getting mess everywhere. Okay, so the last bit, so I sort of want to have them similar but different, so which they will. The similar bit will be that other doily. There we go. Clean up the mess. Not the best idea of doing it on top. Okay. Still may cut around the outside of that with the that looks better. And I may needs to come in, or if I do that there, it needs something here because it looks too straight, if you know what I mean. Oh, do you like that? That's nice. Then we've got this, or you can just have this ticking along here. I do like this. Needs a bit of red over this side. But if I wouldn't mind, maybe I can do that. I don't know. Just playing. How does it look from your end, eh? Oh, they're not looking too bad. Jolly messy table. I do like this. That's the flowers from my you know, the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, which I've still got to do. Yeah, because it's your own piece that you've got to put in there. I don't know. Let's look, what else we got? Ooh, she's nice. Wonder if I could use that on my other one and have it coming out, I reckon. What I might do, because this is, I mean, it's beautiful to sew with, but it's an absolute bugger rate phrase. So I might fold it over a little bit. So that'll go on the other sleeve, as well as that. We've got this. I'm not sure about that. Not sure. I'm just thinking this might work a little better. Yeah, that does. It does. Okay. Cut it in half and use half on this one and half on the other one. Oh, bango. Good one, Brad. Okay, so we'll leave those edges. Okay, so today you're just going along with me to see what's going to work. Okay. Oh, that was a terrible cut. There we go. Now, I do like that. Maybe, yeah, do it that way. This is going to go under there. What about if we do that? That might work, and that way this can go straight. It is a bit of an odd lot of fabrics. Needs a bit of lace. Where's that lace? I'll chuck you over there. Here I was thinking I was going to use this, but I'm probably going to use it for something else. Here's that lace that I have got on my other pieces. So I might as well combine and use it. lots of square bits. But we sort of, oh, that might work. Maybe I could bring it down a little and have that more in the middle. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. I'd like to maybe bring that. I quite like that. That might be because it reminds me a little bit of that other fabric that I've got, but it's sort of a little bit more on that side. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to bring that down, unpin it, lower it down, maybe put a bit of some sort of lace on the bottom. That's all I've got left of that, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I think it will work better if we come down a notch, and I wouldn't mind doing that. So bring you all down. Oh, you're pinned here. Come down, because all this has got to be sewn in there. I think it may work better. There we go. There, have that there maybe, and then that was going to go here, and this was going to go on an angle. There you go. You don't realise how things are going to work until they do. I might bring that up a little so that can come down a turd. This guy's going on here, and I was thinking of doing that. What do you think, peeps? And then that can go here, sort of sticking out a little. I don't mind that. And it's sort of sticking in the middle. Got a little bit of embroidery where I can do there. And what I might do is use some of this on the edging. I'm going to do, the edging is going to have bias binding, like as in the binding. Where's the picture? Do the sleeves? Yeah, see the sleeves have, and then the sleeves you can sort of see here. So I'll stick to having stuff in the middle and then just have that. I might even put some of this somewhere, but I'm happy with that. Don't mind that. Let's see if I've even got this little piece that might work. And you know what? I think this yo-yo might even work. I might put her up there just to round that off a bit. That's going to go there, so we'll pin it down. And I'll see if I can find that other piece. Okay, quite like that. Thanks, Rachel, for your gorgeous fabric. Got a bit of everything in here. Put that down. That's going to be the embellishment later. I might put that in the other one. Definitely wouldn't mind using a yo-yo to round that off a bit because it's a bit square. And then here's some of my other yo-yos that I've put aside, and small little bits, so who knows, I do like that. That's really pretty. So yeah, but for now that's the layout, and I think I'm happy with that. I might see if I zoom it in, you can see, I like, unusual but nice. Okay guys, well, I will catch you in the next video. I'm just going to pin this down and probably stitch it, see if I can find the other one and maybe do a layout. It should be here somewhere in with this lot. And I've got, you know, I've still got all these fabrics and bits and pieces I might be able to add. Yeah, it's a nice combination of both the red and the blue. So yeah, not too bad. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. And which might be the Roxy's General Stitchery. I do need to figure out what I'm going to do. I was thinking maybe a slice of cake, that might work, because I've only got that one little side bit. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.